Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Long Island Railroad Westhampton station. Welcome, replay viewers. So we are here to see the arrival of Long Island Railroad train 2798, the Cannonball. The Friday night summer express train from Midtown Manhattan, Penn Station, to the Hamptons. First stop being here at Westhampton. Well, we'll see how heavily packed the Cannonball is tonight for the start of the 3-day 4th of July holiday weekend. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Cannonball, this is a summer season express train from Penn Station, New York Penn in Manhattan, to the east end of Long Island, the South Fork, the Hamptons, and Montauk. The train operates with 12 Kawasaki C3 bilevel passenger cars for a total seating capacity on the order of 1,600 seats in round numbers. It's powered by two EMD DM30AC dual mode locomotives, which operate on third rail electric power from Penn Station through the East River tunnels, and then the engineer switches over to diesel power to operate the train the remainder of the trip. It departs Penn Station at 4:06 p.m. and Westhampton being its first stop, it departs Westhampton at schedule-wise 5:41 p.m. So it's about a 95 minute trip for the 74.5 miles from Penn Station to Westhampton. Andrea, good afternoon to you. Welcome again. Welcome back to Westhampton. Let me get set up the right way here for all of us. I'm just doing a little narration here to explain the Cannonball to people. So we'll depart schedule-wise 5:41 from Westhampton. This train will then make stops at Southampton, Bridgehampton, Easthampton, and is scheduled to arrive in Montauk at 5:48. Now let me check that now. I want to give you the right information. Uh, 6:48. Okay, Craig, I'm just talking to Neil, who's set up down at the end of the platform here, and he was telling me that you were on night shift now. So we'll see you in August then. Okay, good. No, Andrea, from what I've been told by the engineers and others, and other people who are watching can comment on this or confirm it, the train does not operate smoothly when it's in electric power, because if the electric shoes hit a gap in the third rail, then they get this bouncing or jerking motion with the cars, as opposed to the steady power from the diesel electric. You don't have to worry about loss of electric power when they hit third rail gaps. So that's the reason they try to switch over to diesel power as soon as they clear the East River tunnels. AM Nomad, yeah, big weekend in the Hamptons is absolutely right. Jacob, good to see you. Thank you for joining. I did a live broadcast from Speonk, which is the station just west of here. That's 5 or 6 miles west of here, for the early morning train to Montauk, 2794. And that train was packed. It was standing room only. The replay is available on my YouTube channel in case anyone wants to see that. So I'm told that the 2708 afternoon train from Hunters Point Avenue to Montauk, the unofficial advanced Cannonball, operated with 10 cars today. I mean, we've been here in years gone by where that even wasn't enough to pick up everybody at Jamaica, and they had to add on supplemental trains right behind it. They'd steal from the Oyster Bay line. Now, we are not operating the railroad is not operating the Hamptons Reserve service this summer, at least not yet, according to a railroad spokesperson that contacted me. They're reevaluating it, I guess, as the season goes by. But that basically says that all 12 coaches then are first come, first served seating, rather than the first 3 cars having the premium reserve seats. Will Rich, oh, thank you. You're telling me they're operating 5 minutes late. Okay, appreciate that information. So it's 5:37 here. He's normally due in about this time because the departure time is listed as 5:41. So we won't be looking for him then until about 5:45. Let's try out my Zoom feature on this app, Prism app. Okay. All right, there's 2x zoom. And I can also pinch zoom from that. So when we see the train coming, I'll try to zoom in on it a little bit, give you a better view of it coming up the track here toward us. Yes, the Santa Maria station was shut down in 1998 at the advent of the use of the C3 cars and the DE DM locomotives. They did not want to spend the money to build a high platform to service those cars. Pound wise and penny foolish, as the old saying goes. And that's a sore point for many of us in Centum Ridges and East Ridges and in the town of Brookhaven. We've had petition drives in the past to try to get the station reopened, reinstated, but I think it just ended up in the garbage can of MTA headquarters. Almost 1,000 people signed the last petition to reopen our station, and that didn't go anywhere. That was about 4 years ago. About to cross Old Country Road. All right, thanks very much, Jacob. Thank you for that update. You watching? I think I hear the horn. Flatten pennies on the rails. I'll tell you, there's the horn for Cannonball. I took my nephews, my wife's nephews, to see the last steam train excursion run on Long Island Railroad way back in the 1960s. And we went to Centum Ridges Station, and the kids put pennies on the rails to flatten pennies at that time. Craig, I can't commit right now. I have to see how the schedule goes. Okay, here comes Cannonball. Was that Elmhurst, Andrea? Was that the Elmhurst station that they were talking about? Because I know that was in the works for a few years back, but it's a shame. They should be building more stations and not worried about abandoning them or not, you know. They don't have enough stations. Okay, he's rolling in. DM30AC 501 leading. "12 cars. Let's spin around here a little bit. They're going to do a double stop.
Oh, he said they're doing a double stop.
They'll pull the train forward. Pull the train forward and then open up the rear 6 cars.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The rear will open as soon as we reposition the train. Please be patient. All doors will open eventually.
So good people are getting on here to head east toward Montauk for the weekend. Much bigger crowd than last week, for sure. Much bigger crowd than Memorial Day weekend. If you're boarding, folks, I recommend you walk forward a little bit. They're going to move the whole train forward and then open up the rear 6 cars.
Doors will be up there still.
Yeah, up toward the shelter. We try to help people out. Let me get out of Neil's way, because Neil is doing professional photography here now. Okay, let's see who's in trail tonight. 522. 501 in the lead, 522 in trail. We got a little see the Cannonball logo on the rear of the engine. The two fellows riding in the rear engine are maintenance of equipment people who ride with this train to make sure any problems that may pop up are taken care of right away. You had this train with close to 1,800, sometimes even up to 2,000 people. Long Island Railroad does not want any problems on it. So the MOE people ride shotgun on the rear engine. Time is 5:46. Jet taking off from Suffolk County Gabreski Airport. I was asked where the name Gabreski comes from. It's named for Francis Gabreski, who was a World War II Army Air Corps ace with Republic P-47s. He was a vice president for Grumman for a while, and he was also president of the Long Island Railroad for a while. Francis Frank Gabreski. So the Suffolk County Airport is named for him now. You got some dwell time tonight. Wind is picking up here quite a bit. What do you think, Neil? Possible equipment problems? I don't see anyone trying to board right now. We'll see what happens with our maintenance of equipment crew if they jump out. Here's a little scene of the chaos going on in the parking lot here at Westhampton. Sounds like something with the air brakes. Okay, he's pulling out.
Wait, so they don't think that you're back on.
Everything must be good. Departing Westhampton Station at 5:50. 9 minutes past the published departure time. We'll hang out up here on the platform for a little while because there's no way I can get out to my vehicle right now. Let this traffic thin out. Yeah, it just may, Andre, it just may have been that he had to do additional braking checks, whatever, something like that. But it's hard to say with this equipment because of its age. Okay, folks, thank you very much for joining me tonight. This was 4th of July weekend, Friday night Cannonball. The biggest crowd so far this season.
There was a chance that would have been the longest.
This exceeded the Memorial Day weekend crowd. No, Greg, this train left Penn Station at 4:06 p.m. and it reaches Westhampton at 5:40, and it'll reach Montauk at 6:48 p.m. So this is an eastbound train from New York City, from Penn Station until Montauk. Ooh. This equipment will be returned later on tonight as an equipment move, not as a revenue train. Later on, after all the eastbound trains have, for the evening, have reached Montauk, they'll route this train back to Jamaica, back to the yard in the Jamaica area as an equipment move. The next train westbound from Montauk is probably not until about 11 o'clock tonight. Cannonball is scheduled to be at Montauk at 6:48. So figure he's going to be running 8 to 10 minutes late from that. Okay, good people. Good to see everybody here, and we'll be on the air again one of these fine days. So thank you for joining me tonight, and take care, everybody.